Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips. In this episode we're having a look at a Moonraker Major that I bought as faulty, and the description was, "The idiot diode has blown." So let's have a look. As you can see, as always with these radios, needs a damn good tidy up on the front, but that shouldn't be a problem. And looking at the back, this is not the right power socket. This is a Cybernet power socket. Somebody's replaced it. Now let's see if we can guess why the idiot diode blown. So the power plug fits in both ways. That's not good. So I think we've found why the protection diode has blown. Let's put our meter across the terminals. Sure enough, dead short. So to get this radio back into any sort of working condition, we're going to have to address that dodgy power socket and address the protection diode. Now, having a look inside the radio, somebody's gone to a good job of epoxying that socket in place. And I feel it's going to be an absolute pain to remove. But apart from that, we have this dodgy wire on the back that I need to investigate. Seems to be coming from the squelch pot. That green wire is actually factory fit, so I found out later. So the protection diode should be buried in there somewhere. And sure enough, there it is. Right next to that choke. Now I have seen where these diodes are actually split in half, but this one doesn't seem to be split in half. It seems to be intact, but obviously short circuit. So that needs to come out. Measure it on the meter, and yeah, it's dead short. So hopefully this has saved the rest of the radio. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this power socket from an old Midland that is actually the correct socket for this type of radio, and it comes with a protection diode actually installed on the back, so we'll use that. Now this was an absolute pain to remove. I had to chisel, bang, prod, and eventually it come out. I didn't film it because it took about 15 minutes to remove. But there's our socket. Now just trying to work out which way round these wires are. This actually sent me up the garden path a little bit, because we were actually reading 40 ohms. And I actually thought, is this a short? Is this a problem somewhere? And it kind of sent me on a wild goose chase for a little while. And off camera I did actually disconnect a couple of parts, only to find that it's actually the resistance of the bulb inside the signal meter that we were reading. So yeah, sent me on a little bit of a wild goose chase for a little while. But there's our socket installed. Fits beautifully, as it should do, considering that is the correct socket for this radio. And as I said, we're going to leave that protection diode across the back. Because as long as it's there, it doesn't really matter where it is, as long as it's in circuit, protecting the radio as it should be. The only reason these protection diodes actually blow up and catch fire is when there's not a fuse in the power cord, because the protection diode should blow the fuse in the power cord. And when there's no fuse in the power cord, the whole current of the power supply gets dumped through that diode, and yeah, usually they fail catastrophically, and that's when damage to your radio can happen. I'm not sure what these bypass or filter capacitors do, but we're going to refit them anyway. Because they should be there, so we're going to fit them. A little bit fiddly because the legs aren't very long, but we get there in the end. Now, as I was looking round, I saw this, and I thought, is this our short circuit? Is this our problem? I'm not sure whether that was intentionally bridged or whether it was manufacturer or something. But there's our 40 ohms again, which was, like I said, the bulb in the signal meter. And sure enough, powering it up, our radio comes to life. So hopefully there's nothing else wrong with this. We have sound. We have transmit. We have receive. Everything's looking okay. So as always, good clean of the front. There, looks a little bit better already. We've cleaned all the control knobs. So, transmitting and receiving correctly. So that's it. There's nothing much more we can do to this radio. A nice, quick, easy repair, apart from that horrible socket at the back. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If I've earned your subscription today, thank you very much. And we'll see you in the next video.